about to get ugly.
It's about to get real ugly and not for me.
Rima, Papoose, and Claressa Shields' feud is often hailed as the greatest of all time and as hotter than a summer picnic. It's about getting right to the point. Not participating in the effort to increase awareness of the problem is the greatest of all time, Claressa Shields. She and Rima allegedly got into a heated argument. And guess what? She came there, ready to do business, rather than merely posting disparaging remarks on social media. The fact that Papoose has truly moved on is difficult for Rima to believe. She criticized Papoose's most recent book a few days ago, which caused her to go viral on the internet. I can assure you that when Remy disclosed Papa's new body and threatened to throw hands, she didn't hold back. Here's the joke though. The recent flame of Papoose, Claressa Shields is unavailable for. I'll give you a quick catch-up if you haven't been following this mess and are late to the party. Claressa expressed her thoughts regarding the games. Do you recall last year's allegations that Rima had cheated on Papoose? Honestly, hardly anyone wanted to believe it. Sis gave Rima a full warning clapback, effectively telling her to be careful what she says before she catches these hands. Fans were shocked to learn that Remy neglected to wish Papoose a happy Parents' Day, given his continual portrayal of himself as the perfect spouse and dad in spite of everything he had done for her. Following the release of a family photo featuring Remy nowhere, Papoose wished himself a happy Father's Day. If you recall, this man married her while she was incarcerated and held her down for 6 long years. Remy, who is already well known on the internet for discussing hand-throwing and disclosing all the details about Papa's new girlfriend, exacerbates the situation by writing in his piece, "For a man who waited 6 years for his queen, family is everything." It's a horrible roller coaster, so grab some popcorn. Rima has made ludicrous accusations about her husband Papoose, including that he cheated on her by having an affair with famous boxing champion Claressa Shields. The main character in this book is, yes, the ghost herself. When Remy posted some allegedly sexual text messages between Papoose, Shields, and Baby on December 11, 2024, it caused a stir online. Dumma wouldn't let one of them go, and he dozed off on the phone while Claressa Shields was sleeping at my apartment. There are rumors that Shields told Papoose that if it's not possible for you to sleep with me on the phone, tell me you made it home safely. It was stated that Remy discovered these messages after Papoose fell asleep during a phone call while wearing Shields. Claressa resisted taking it. In response, Remy was accused of having 2 lovers by CIS. The matter was exacerbated when she even questioned why her name was being mentioned in this matter. Papoose held Remy accountable and didn't mince words when he announced his plan to file for divorce. Unfortunately, Rima has cheated on me multiple times and is a narcissist, as Yike's Instagram post exposed. I've moved on and filed for several divorces, and now she's playing the victim. She would much prefer to control Chase on social media than handle things like a grown-up. Since my daughter was 6 years old and had to go to school, I refrained from participating in the social media craze. I said nothing at all, as you can see, and let's not overlook the background. Since Remy's relationship with battle rapper Easy the Block Captain was ridiculed last year, there have already been suspicions of adultery regarding Remy and Papoose's marriage. For a while now, Rima and Easy the Block Captain have found themselves in an increasingly peculiar circumstance. First of all, although there have been rumors about Remy and Ease for a while, they are starting to spread. When the two are seen together, people naturally start to understand what they're doing. Let's just say that when everyone thought it was a friendly partnership or even a business tie, the rumors got serious. Ease claims that Papoose has been aware of their relationship for almost 2 years. I assume Papoose only found out about it yesterday. There are several problems if such is the case. Battle rapper Tay Rock, who has a lot to say, claims that Ease had a girlfriend who was married. Remy was, to be honest, the first person that came to mind. The way this gossip game operates is that as soon as players begin to connect, the rumors appear to be genuine. When Papoose publicly accused Remy of spending the holiday with Ease, as if Christmas is about family and love and not controversy and side girlfriends, the real mayhem started. Was Papoose amenable to it, or did he pretend it hadn't occurred? While I was back home, Papoose went public by posting a picture with a caption that allegedly showed Remy and Ease together over the holidays. I've gotten past Rima spending time with my child last Christmas, which has caused her to get angry and start making up stories. I struck him unconscious, and everyone saw him in the fetal position. The reason I knocked him out was because he shook my hand and then did so, not because he had an affair with my wife. I refused to lie and claim I didn't knock him out because he didn't throw one punch back. She rejected my suggestion that we file for divorce like adults. She shook her head, obviously not wanting to lie about it again. Instead of just ignoring the accusation, as you recently learned, Papoose went straight to Ease and denied knocking him out because he had slept with his wife. Consider how betraying it would be to sleep with Remy behind his back. The issue is that Remy has condemned the incident and chastised anyone who disseminates misleading information on social media because she would not stand for it. She responded to Papa's charges, demonstrating her willingness to stand up for herself. Since she is not one to back down from a conflict, she has been urging people to support their claims with evidence, including facts and, if feasible, receipts. But don't worry, Remy isn't done yet, and he won't back down from these charges. In order to keep an eye on Remy, Papoose even installed a recording device on her car. If E is telling the truth, there is a serious problem with trust in this whole case, which is quite questionable. Method, in addition to what we have just shown, there is a great deal of drama, secrets, and treachery among these three.
That I knew a few months before our battle hit me and hollered. The nigga knew already. I know he up there trying to play victim and all of that shit, but the nigga been knew. He knew 2 years ago. I ain't gonna lie. If we don't let this be capped up, then knew. He been knew. And I'm gonna tell y'all how he knew. So how he knew is that y'all that y'all think that's so thorough, he put a recording device in Remy's car. So how he knew is he was bugging her fucking car. So that's how they knew that he's a weirdo. He bugged the car, and you couldn't really hear me on the other side, but you could hear her talking to me. So that's how he knew. And it's not cap. I got all the proof. So as soon as he say it's cap, I'm gonna show you all the proof. I'm just keeping a dollar here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, like that. So I'm gonna say I was under everything that basically is niggas that already split up already, like motherfuckers.
We must not forget the history of this place. Despite their lengthy partnership, Remy and Papoose have been the subject of years of ridicule. There have been some significant highs and lows for them, particularly after Remy received a 6-year prison sentence. She married Papoose when she was a prisoner because he was her pillar of strength and encouragement. Therefore, considering Easy's involvement, I can understand why it feels like betrayal on both sides and why many are finding it hard to accept these allegations of infidelity in light of everything he's done. But the conflict between Easy and Remy Papoose isn't the only issue. There have also been reports that Remy is involved with. Her apparent ties to other battle rappers, such as Easy, have been brought up by a number of industry insiders, which has complicated matters. Given that Papoose and Remy marriage has been troubled for a while, and that the problem clearly goes beyond the surface allegations, we now have a lot of contradictory testimony. The fact that Papoose and Claressa are still involved in something means that the drama is far from finished. Also being discovered is an old video of Papoose and Claressa loitering backstage at one of her shows. E is over here releasing bombshells, Papoose is expressing his opinions, and Remy denies everything.
It's about to get real ugly, and not for me.
Papoose and Claressa's connection has generated a lot of controversy despite some strong indications that they might be closer than they are acknowledging. But there is yet no official confirmation of it. Despite the fact that nothing has been officially labeled as an item, it's hard to doubt that their encounters appear to be a little more than positive. There is a lot of interest in this problem because the details are a little hazy. Particularly after they have been in public and gone to events together, fans are closely monitoring their connection. When two individuals with ties to well-known celebrities, like Papoose and Claressa, show up in the same location, people naturally start to piece things together. But there's still, you should not smoke your pistol. The whole Remy affair, therefore, adds a great deal of complexity to the situation. Claressa's involvement raises the possibility that there are more covert relationships and instances of adultery than have been reported. Are Papoose and Claressa closer friends? Both Claressa and Papoose have left things open-ended, giving us a variety of conflicting accounts. The two are very tight and only meet for work, according to some. Some people, however, have a tendency to think that more is happening behind closed doors. We will actually have to wait to see if any additional official details are made public. However, meanwhile, we will certainly be watching for any new signs or hints. Claressa Shields' revenge against Remy for all of these charges is the problem, which is what led to his public remarks. Someone who calls you out like that makes it obvious that they are not only unconcerned with the problem. Instead of simply accepting it all, Claressa answered with some genuine vigor. She really got even with Remy by accusing him of having two lovers and asked why she was involved in this mess in the first place. Claressa's comments seemed to indicate that she would not put up with Remy ridiculing her without giving a reason, in addition to making it obvious that she was defending herself. What makes this significant now? We get the sense from Claressa's fiery return that she might genuinely care about the outcome, and this story appears to be more complex than it first appears. According to her account, she was not merely a bystander to the tragedy. Is Claressa's affection for Papoose more than just friendship? Furthermore, it can imply that their relationship is more complex than is generally believed. Claressa's answer, which shows that she is dedicated to defending herself, raises the possibility that she and Papoose are more than just buddies. Remy and Pap's relationship makes you feel a certain way, but proceed with caution since things could become much rougher from here. Prior to all of these terrible events, Remy and her spouse had a wonderful life together. The majority of people thought their relationship was finished when Remy was sentenced to 6 years in jail in 2008, but Papoose stuck by her side and helped her get through her entire term. It was a ride or die for Remy while he was in prison. Papoose and Remy's romance was primarily characterized by devotion, loyalty, and support for one another during both good and terrible times. Long before there were rumors of adultery, this couple was in the news, and many people thought their relationship was ideal, with some incredible moments that left fans thinking, wow, this is true love. Papoose and she were married in 2008, and he was with her while she was still incarcerated. In public, he even declared that he had never questioned Remy's. Papoose was there for her in good times and bad. In addition to visiting her and talking to her, he even took action to get her released. Their bond was regarded as one of the strongest in hip-hop, and fans saw them as the perfect example of a reliable, encouraging group. So strong was this devotion that it set the bar for successful collaborations. Now, let's talk about 2014. Her release from prison meant that Remy and Papoose were reunited in front of the world, and their love story was definitely one for the history books. Upon her release from prison, Remy even acknowledged to herself that Papoose had been instrumental in her success, as he assisted her in returning to her work and provided her with constant support. They started to transform into the couple we all know they are not. Whether it was posted on social media or on the red carpet at award presentations, fans adored Papoose and Remy's persistent public admiration. It was obvious that they were connected. Viewers were motivated by their shared experiences to conquer all challenges, including the highs and lows of the entertainment business. Their partnership was based on respect and support for one another, in addition to a deep emotional attachment. Their family came first, even as their jobs developed. During their marriage, one of the most talked about aspects was Remy's pregnancy journey. She received both mental and physical support from Papoose during her pregnancy, and his followers were raving about his devotion to her. It was impossible not to admire their intimacy at this time. What really made their collaboration stand out was the way they conducted themselves as a unified unit in both their personal and professional lives. Papoose, who served as their manager, mentor, and spouse, was assisting them in their professional development. At every anniversary, important event, and milestone, they took care to publicly acknowledge each other because they were valued for their collaboration and ability to conquer challenges in the music industry. Papoose kept boosting Remy's self-esteem by telling everyone that he was her greatest fan. Respect, selflessness, and steadfast dedication, rather than merely love, were the foundations of this partnership. Papoose made reference to it at the fact that Claressa and her partner went from being in a picture-perfect relationship with undying loyalty to suddenly being accused of adultery by both parties makes it more difficult for fans to understand their current circumstances and the accusations of infidelity. This is where the drama starts because it seems like we are seeing two very different sides of this relationship. To make it apparent that Remy was his queen and that he would not desert her, the devoted spouse guy went above and beyond, declaring that he was totally committed to the long term at any cost. As they stood by each other through thick and thin and not only made it through the challenges, but also saw their love blossom, it was evident that Papoose and Remy were admired by everyone. It appeared as though Papoose and Remy could overcome any obstacle because of their unwavering love for one another. But it's hard not to sense that Remy, Papoose, and Claressa's idyllic love story is coming to an end because of the incessant back and forth and the charges of adultery. Who would have thought this would happen today? After all that, there are just allegations being made, and the atmosphere is turbulent. Determining who is telling the truth and who is lying will take time. Tell us, please, how you expect this whole situation to unfold.